If given the mantle to serve as your governor, my first order of business will be to go after the high-yielding fruits at the heart of good governance. First, we must restore the people's confidence in government and establish social contracts that will form the basis of new partnership. I am a firm believer in democratic process, the rule of law, and a fair reward for hard work. We must continue to grow internal generated revenue. We must link up the integrated, disjointed value chain from agriculture to industry to service, creating wealth through what we already have, from music and arts to theater and fashion. I'm aware of the earning potential and multiplier effects that creative ideas can have. The world has gone digital. We must not be left behind. Without security, all our visions, effort will come to nothing. Therefore, our security approach in Ebonyi State will be proactive and technology-driven. I believe that he who cannot be faithful with a ratio cannot be entrusted with much. This has been the experience of my life, navigating business environments, creating employment, and empowering thousands of young women and men. As a governor, I will bring my capacity to identify growth opportunities and allocate scarce resources for maximum results.
My people, let's settle this matter once and for all. Would Ebonyi State have been better off under Ifeanyi Chukwuma Odii? So, in the 2023 gubernatorial election, Ifeanyi Chukwuma Odii contested for the governorship seat under the People's Democratic Party, PDP. And if you take a look at his manifesto, you'll see some really bold and interesting plans he had for Ebonyi State. What exactly did Ifeanyi Odii promise Ebonyans? And looking at where we are today, do you think he would have outperformed our current governor, Francis Nwifuru? His visions were clear: development, economic growth, education, and improved welfare for Ebonyans. He talked about infrastructural projects as well, empowering small businesses and creating better opportunities for the people. He also emphasized education, youth empowerment. With everything happening in Ebonyi State, I want to ask again, from governance to project execution and state policies, do you really think Ifeanyi Chukwuma Odii would have done a better job? Would Ebonyi State be better or worse or just the same if he were to be the governor of Ebonyi State? Because some people believe our incumbent governor is doing his best, while others feel things could be way better than they are now. So tell me, if we had gone the PDP way, would we be seeing a different Ebonyi today? Drop your thoughts in the comments and listen to his manifesto in case you missed.
The good people of Ebonyi State, I'm Dr. Ifeanyi Chukwuma Odii, the founder and chairman of Foreign Global Group and president of Optimus Holding. Some of you know me as Ifeanyi Chuks. In my over 20 years of business, I've built successful businesses from ground up. My company started in 4 square meter office with 1 computer and 0 balance sheet account, and the 1 employee I could not afford to pay. This rewarding journey reminds me of power of setting a goal so high that scares you, yet you keep going for it. What that small space lacked in financial power is more than made up for in courage, perseverance, and burning desire for greatness. Over the years, I've honed my skills in leadership, management, and business strategy. I believe that my track record of success in resource management and wealth creation position me to serve my people. It is with humility and a mission to serve that I hereby declare my intention to contest the 2023 governorship election in Ebonyi State on the platform of People's Democratic Party. Ebonyi is one of the youngest states in Nigeria. Since its creation in October 1996, we have seen 5 leadership regimes across military and civilian dispensations, with each governor making a unique contribution to the development of our dear state. By the grace of God, it is on the shoulders of these party leaders and their landmark achievements that I seek to stand and take the mantle of leadership to pilot the affairs of Ebonyi State for the benefit of all. Over the last 16 years, my wife and I have dedicated our lives and personal resources to charitable services of Ebonyi people through Ebere and Ifeanyi Foundation. We set out to provide quality housing, including 135 houses, 9 churches, 1 traditional palace, and when we gave over the keys to the beneficiaries, we put smiles on their faces. We have provided over 10,000 learning materials and students scholarship to schools in Ebonyi South Senatorial Zone. We further donated 3 floors of primary and secondary schools, complete with ICT, laboratory, and teaching equipment. We provided seed funding and grants to over 2,000 startups and struggling entrepreneurs. In healthcare, we have provided free medical tests and thousands of drugs on medical prescription to people who could not afford their regular medication. The Ifeanyi Unity Cup is a sports tournament born out of my passion for football to discover talents and foster unity in my hometown of Isu. In spite of all these achievements, I've always felt like there was more to do. The struggles of our people are real and formidable. To break this cycle of pain and despair for Ebonians, we must deploy new solutions to persistent problems. This declaration is about optimism. It builds on convergence of evidence that the young people with fresh ideas must be active participants on this journey to the future. If given the mantle to serve as your governor, my first order of business will be to go after the high-yielding fruits at the heart of good governance. First, we must restore the people's confidence in government and establish a social contract that will form the basis of new partnership. I am a firm believer in democratic process, the rule of law, and a fair reward for hard work. We must continue to grow internal generated revenue. We must link up the integrated, disjointed value chain from agriculture to industry to service, creating wealth through what we already have, from music and arts to theater and fashion. I'm aware of the earning potential and multiplier effects that creative ideas can have. The world has gone digital. We must not be left behind. Without security, all our visions, effort will come to nothing. Therefore, our security approach in Ebonyi State will be proactive and technology-driven. I believe that he who cannot be faithful with a little cannot be entrusted with much. This has been the experience of my life, navigating business environments, creating employment, and empowering thousands of young women and men. As a governor, I will bring my capacity to identify growth opportunities and allocate scarce resources for maximum return. The empowerment of Ebonians is the centerpiece of my ambition. Good people of Ebonyi State, it is time to stop complaining from sideline and participate in political process. I hereby invite market women, students, teachers, and our able farmers. I also call on the youth, our elders,